Yep. All right. Let's move to the SEC.
The fighting Kevin Sweeney's.
Yeah, the fighting Kevin Sweeney's. Let's move to the SEC. You are not allowed to say Alabama for this answer because everybody knows Alabama is the answer. I think they are the one team in college basketball that is the best built for making a run in March. So can't say them. T.O., the SEC. Who out of that league, non-Alabama category, is best suited to make a run in March?
Nick Smith's coming back for Arkansas.
Yeah.
They certainly could. And they've made two straight Elite Eights. But he is the kind of talented kid that could get you back to a third one. And if Muss knows one thing, it's how to win in the tournament. I mean, he's exhibited that pretty consistently. They have talent. I mean, obviously the losses of Smith and Trayvon Brazile have played huge roles, and they don't necessarily have the great rim protector in the same form, but they figured out ways to be effective. I mean, they're still guarding at a high rate. One of the best defenses in the country, top 20 defense in the country. And they have length all over the place. Ricky Counts of the Fort, that's one of the guys. He's another guy that has, transferred in. Nobody really knew. And buddy, he has exploded onto the scene. And I think he's one of the guys that have been the beneficiary of Nick Smith being hurt. He got a lot more tick. He got a lot more opportunity. And now you're adding Smith back into the mix, which could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. The talent level on that team certainly suggests that Arkansas can make a run.
Yeah, I agree. To me, it's Arkansas. Arkansas is the clear answer.
No Texas A&M?
No Texas A&M to me. They got to get in the tournament first. The reason it's Arkansas is because I think Muss is the kind of coach that's built for that situation, right? That's built for one-off tournament runs. That's built for being able to figure out where you have an advantage, where you have a mismatch, and just going at it every single time over and over and over again. And to me, Fanta, he's got three guys that can go win any matchup that you put them in. Ricky Council, Anthony Black, and now that he's back, Nick Smith.
Yeah, I think Arkansas is the answer here, but if I was going to argue somebody else for the sake of arguing, I'm still going to go with Missouri and Dennis Gates. And I think that's a team that has shown that they can beat the elite. They can beat great teams. That win over Iowa State in the SEC Big 12 Challenge was really, really impressive. The Tigers have now won 5 of their last 6. And I love the way that Dennis Gates recruited from the portal. I mean, what he was able to do in getting DeAndre Golston and getting Demoy Hodge, Nick Honor as well, they just got pieces that fit together. They really did. And to me, Kobe Brown is the guy who makes this all work. And what a great NCAA tournament story it would be for a guy that stayed with Missouri, that didn't leave, that stayed committed to them through some really bad basketball. If Brown's then in an NCAA tournament victory, celebrating that. That's a full circle type of thing. That's what you stay committed to your school to do. So, hey, what you like about Dennis Gates in year one is that they do have different dudes who can go get buckets and who can fill it up. And they've got double-figure scores. They've got guys who can make that happen on a given night. That was a very, very impressive win at Tennessee. It came in dramatic fashion over the weekend. Heartbreak for the Volunteers. I mean, it's amazing, guys. Here we are talking on this Tuesday, on Valentine's Day, and 3 or 4 weeks ago we were talking about Tennessee and are they a legitimate national title threat? But their true colors have shown because, frankly, they're hard to trust at times, and they don't really have that go-to guy down the stretch in games. So Missouri's a team. It feels like a magical year. I think there's merit to it. I think it's real. I like the Tigers here to potentially make that second weekend and for some people to be surprised, but I know we won't because the thing is they identified kids that are experienced and that impact winning, and they don't rely on one player to win. Dennis Gates really has some different guys and they guard. They're a willing defensive team. That was an amazing moment. Every great season has a moment where you take a game from the jaws of defeat and you find a way to win. That Golston 3 is a moment for Missouri that we could end up looking back on as, just a magical season for them. That was incredible on Saturday.
It's pretty wild when you think about it that none of us picked Tennessee None of us picked Auburn, and none of us picked Kentucky to be the team that makes a run in March. Kentucky's actually got to get again.
You got to make it.
You got to give Dennis Gates credit like tremendously though, because I talked to Rob Lanier, who's in his first season at SMU, and he's like, sometimes coaches will walk into a situation and guys will stay around and they'll be the beneficiary of guys coming together under a new regime and all that stuff. That's not the case at Mizzou. Like he walked into Kobe Brown. That was pretty much it. Like Isaiah Mosley transferred in.
That's right, Terrence.
DeAndre Golson came from Milwaukee. Noah Carter came from, I think, Northern Iowa. Like Demoy Hodge followed him over. Sean East was the JUCO player of the year last year. Like it's a bunch of guys. Like he put this team together. This is not something like he just walked into. And they weren't very good last year. And the fact that he's been able to put them together so fast has been
the wildest part about it is the guy that was supposed to be their best transfer, Isaiah Mosley, has like been in and out of the lineup. He didn't play a couple times. He's played, then he hasn't played, then he's been back, and he hasn't been playing. He missed a month, then he drops 20, then he doesn't play. Like it's been a roller coaster year. But the one thing that they have done is remain consistent in their ability to kind of execute.
And he brought his guys over. He brought his culture with him. Like Trey Gomillion's transfer with him from Cleveland State.
Yeah, but and it's not just that. Like
Cleveland State.
I think he kind of set a tone where he said, like, look, we got this kid coming in who's one of the best shooters in all of college basketball, but he ain't on board, so like he ain't playing. You know,
that's right.
Sit your ass down. And I think that when you kind of set that tone with someone that's supposed to be one of your most talented guys, and two, you got a bunch of dudes in that program that kind of buy into your culture, it's going to set the tone. It's going to create a culture, and it's the way that you can kind of flip it relatively quickly. All right,